I think what I want to do, I want to just take a couple of minutes and talk to you about the critical thinking assignment that you've got coming up for me to take home final. I know some of you have worked on this and some of you are going to work on this just in the very near future, I think. And I've had a few questions about it. So I just thought I would walk you through what it is that I want here. And this is in the handout itself. But really what I have in mind for you in this paper, I mean, don't make it more difficult than what I mean it to be. And what I want you to do is simply give me a series of paragraphs in the critical thinking paper, one being the introduction, where the first task you have is to explain your question or problem. Explain your question or problem. And, you know, I've given you some potential questions that you can utilize, but that's really what I want you to do. And then, you know, whatever your question is you know, what I've got several here. Can speech be used as a form of violence, for example? If you say yes, speech can be used as a form of violence, then in your first paragraph, just tell me why. What are the reasons? You know, go do your research, use some reputable sources. I've provided those for you. So in paragraph 1, then just tell me why you think that speech could be used as a form of violence. Using the content, not your own thoughts about it, but the content that you've gotten from your research. And then in paragraph 2, I want you to tell me why, against the people that say speech cannot be used, for example, as a form of violence. Why do they say it can be? What's their reasons? Okay. And then in paragraph 3, I want you to really kind of synthesize your work. I want you to explain to me the strengths and weaknesses of each position. So this is kind of summary work, right? Summarize strengths and weaknesses which you should already have here, right? So in paragraphs 1 and 2, you're just going to present the most positive things that you can say about each position. And then lastly, you're going to just give me a conclusion. And in that conclusion, you're going to take what you think is the best reasons for the position that you hold from paragraph 3. In other words, don't just pull it out, well, I just feel this way about it. I don't really care how you feel about it. I want to know what your reasons are for saying that speech can be used as a form of violence or it can't be used as a form of violence based on your research. See, there needs to be a connection to your research. Sometimes I'll have you guys, not you guys, you have never done this for me, but I've had classes in the past where they explain the problem, they give me reasons for and reasons against using the research that is provided for them. They synthesize it, and then when they get to the conclusion, they kind of go off-road and start telling me other things that are completely unrelated to the research. And this is why I think this is right or wrong. And I'm like, that's not showing critical thinking, right? So your position should be embedded in this last paragraph. And it should be based on the research that you've presented in these 3 paragraphs. Does that make sense? So it's really a fairly simple project. So we're really talking about 5 paragraphs here. And I want reasons. Okay, I want you to give me reasons, and then those reasons need to come from reputable sources. And that's the basis of good research. So not just for my class, but for any class you're doing. That's what all professors want you to do. The last thing we want you to do is to write a conclusion that's not based on any of your research. It should be directly connected to what you have discovered.